What's up, everyone? This is your ghost host with the most, Project Zero Kram, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, the great fence sitter, Shiny Face.
Yes, hello, that is me.
And the resident skeptic we have is Primal Directive.
Or Todd, as some of my people go about it. Because let's be honest, Primal Directory is a little too wordy.
It's probably also a little too smart for some of these people.
Hey, I'm not the one trying to disrespect the people who be listening to this. I mean, they do believe in 6 alien races, so I mean, I guess I kind of have to agree with you, but, you know.
Wait, there's only 6?
6 that are confirmed, plus the...
Confirmed?
Oh, for the love of God.
Okay, so this is where we're jumping in, I guess. 6 alien races. We have the tall greys, the short greys, the sirens, the reptilians.
Oh, you're just talking about the identifications. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were like 6 alien races, like the Klingons and the Daleks, and I'm just like,
no,
okay.
that would make sense.
No, but there's supposed to be like 6 races that are in battle over like Earth.
Why do they care about Earth?
Because we're cattle.
There's space.
We're cattle. Or we're experiment. Depends who you ask.
Or we're part of a nature reserve, which also doesn't make sense.
It makes more sense than the hidden base on Mars that we have.
That is true.
A UN, basically.
At least I could see that it working properly, even though there's no evidence to support either argument.
No, Mars doesn't exist.
Mars
We're on a flat Earth. It's all a dome.
I mean, simulation theory.
We're not in the Matrix.
This is true. But
I am. You guys are just figments of my imagination.
You're my figment of my imagination.
I'll give you a figment of my imagination.
I thought this was supposed to say family friendly.
It is family friendly. There's no cussing in that. Only people like you throw it in a dirty mind.
Fudging crepe balls.
Yeah.
Flarb nuggets.
But no, that's one of my favorite things. It was like the theory that there's a base on Mars that other alien races and humans go to meet to have like a UN discussion, and then we all go our separate ways because we don't know about space travel to Mars yet. So,
boy, if only there was some sort of, I don't know,
really
a planetoid that was within reach of us that we have visited before, unless you believe in the conspiracy theories that we haven't been there. That's perpetually dark.
but there's also like space Uber.
Okay, here's my problem with Space Uber, and just the idea that they're just hiding this like instant teleportation from us. My problem with that is I know for a fact politicians are by far the most greedy frackers on the planet, and you're telling me not one of them didn't try to capitalize on that to make a crap ton of money?
No, so this is what happens. We have like the Rothschilds, who are our spokesmen for Earth, and we have like the small greys or tall greys come. They pick up one of our representatives. They fly us to Mars. We meet, and then they fly us back. That's why we never see them.
I'm just gonna go dead silent.
Your face says everything about it.
Yeah, for the record, for those who, can't see through the microphone, I was just, my eyes completely glued up into the wall, barely listening.
Come on, Space Uber. That's gonna be. We need to make a shirt like Space Uber. Just have a UFO on it.
Elon Musk will probably sue us.
He has SpaceX. We have Space Uber.
2 totally different companies.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Shame of me.
We sell slightly smaller flamethrowers that are technically not flamethrowers.
Yeah, we do the aerosol can and a lighter.
Just
Screw that
duct
up.
tape together.
I was just going to have a fart cannon with a match.
That works too.
Make sure you get the fart button on there too whenever you shoot it.
It kills them by burning them and making them smell things really bad.
Don't remind me of my earlier years.
We should probably get back to critical alien race theory.
Critical alien race theory. Did you just confirm me as a small gray? I am clearly a tall gray. But you know what's weird? It's like we keep seeing all these alien abduction, like supposed alien abductions, but like remember like back in the 80s, it was always like cows were abducted. What was the transition there? Why did they go from cows to humans?
They thought that cows were the most intelligent species on Earth.
I mean, they're probably not that wrong.
I mean, we all know it's actually dolphins, as they're actually clearly an alien race that's really only here for the fish.
No, not dolphins. Aliens are alien race octopi. They look alien.
Did you have to
The
ruin
what?
my reference?
I did.
I hate you.
I'm sorry, the what now?
Octopi?
Oh.
Octopuses?
Octopus.
Well, there we go. There's a strike. Good job.
No, we're past 30 seconds.
I have to go edit this now. Jeez, it's making my work harder tonight.
What? It's just a cat that has tentacles.
Another t-shirt. Design
Making
that.
my way downtown, cussing fast because I don't care. No.
Dun, dun, dun.
That you can just cut that entire discussion out. So as soon as you hear any of that, you just know exactly where you're at.
Nope, it's all going it's all going in. So for the 8 people who watch this, listen to it on Spotify.
Joke's on you, it's gonna be 9.
All of us 3 times?
No, my mom's gonna be in there.
Oh.
I just got to mention to my dealership that Todd made another guest appearance on a podcast. I'm sure at least it could 5 or some people. So.
That's fair. Because, they'll be like, what is this guy talking about?
Aliens this time. Again. Because I talked about you, actually. Fun fact.
You talked to... Oh, I feel honored.
On the podcast, yep. I talked about how my crazy alien-believing friend.
Okay.
And how I was going to be on a podcast to talk to you about it.
Okay, first of all, I believe in a lot of things. I believe in ghosts. I believe in some cryptids. I haven't seen anything that makes me truly confirm that there are aliens.
Well, because there's never going to be. What little we do have, like my argument is always going to be when it comes to aliens, cryptids, what have you, is I can't prove one way or another, while it is clearly unexplained, and I'm not going to try to claim that there's an easy scientific answer to it. It could also be aliens. It's true. But it could also be a million other things that I could come up with and just write a book about.
Well, see, some cryptids are confirmed.
No.
Yeah, there's a species of isopod that was considered to be a cryptid that is confirmed real now.
Okay. Now you're talking about the literal definition of what a cryptid is.
Yeah.
You're taking that and running with it when we all know what you mean by cryptid is freaking jackalopes.
Okay,
Or
the jackalope is also real. It's a disease called papillomavirus. It causes like horn-like warts and cancerous tumors on jackrabbits.
okay, that does not translate to a freaking 12-point buck.
True. Common misidentification.
That would be more like a unicorn rabbit with a tumor in its head. That's not nearly as majestic.
It's still a jackalope, though. It's a rabbit with horns. Maybe not a trophy buck, but it's a rabbit with horns.
No, those aren't horns.
They look like horns.
No, they look like malignant tumors.
This is true, and they are. That they can burn off of them. That video's gonna be super fun.
Oh my god.
Come on, you don't want. You know what we're gonna get here, right here, is we gotta get a jackalope bust, like right there.
No.
Look. There's even the hook for it right there.
No.
Yeah, right there. Hook.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You don't want. Okay.
Because I don't want you coming in here being like, give me your milk, daddy.
Dude, jackalope milk is like the best cryptid. It's one of the best 2 cryptid things there is.
No.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes. Jackalope milk being an aphrodisiac?
You can do the same with clams.
You can do the same thing with
Or,
Viagra.
no, oysters.
Or whatever. Same thing.
Yeah, both mollusks.
But, I mean, what's the fun of that if you can't drug up or get a jackalope drunk and then milk her?
Okay, let me go out, spend weeks or months of my life in a woods with whatever the hell you bait jackalopes with.
Whiskey.
Okay, I'm gonna go out with whiskey that I could be sitting at home drinking, getting myself drunk and enjoying vastly more, or I could get a broad drunk and use that as my aphrodisiac, or go out with my very fine whiskey and try to milk something. What if it's not a female?
I mean,
You're gonna still get milk, just a very different tasting milk.
a lot thicker?
Has it been eating a lot of pineapple and peaches?
I mean, it's a rabbit, so...
It's also in the desert, so probably like cacti.
Yeah, which would be sweet, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Your face says it all.
I hate any. You have ruined the jackalope for me just because I want to milk it.
I didn't say I want to milk it, but it's interesting. And actually, you can go to Utah, and there's a shop in Utah that sells jackalope milk. I'm not lying.
All I can think of is White Castle. It's the secret sauce.
I don't even think
It's semen.
I just think Meet the Fockers. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? That's like the best line. And like that's all I can imagine is somebody like this nipple. Like, okay, the first person who had to milk a jackalope was like, that jackalope milk's pregnant. I'm gonna go milk it and drink that.
Okay, no.
Or do they get it straight from the tap?
In an argument, though, the first person to see a cow udder and go, I'm gonna suck on that.
Well, I mean, that is the joke, but if you actually, like, follow the logic, that we know that when a woman is pregnant and she gives off milk, the kids can feed off of that, and theoretically, why can't we do that?
Yeah, but the fact that there's, like, this massive quadruple hanging thing underneath the belly, like, those don't look like female
I would think
milkers.
you'd be able to make the jump. I mean, if we understand that kids have to feed off of the titties of the women that we have, it's not that huge of a jump if you watch a cow do the exact same thing with their young.
So next step is we just start milking women and processing it.
I mean, you can buy human milk. It is a thing. You can go online and buy it.
But you're wanting jackalope milk.
Bodybuilders drink a lot of that. Yes, jackalope milk. Why is that such a hard jump for you?
Because you've actually drank human milk before in your life. You know what to expect from there.
Yeah.
You don't know what to expect from jackalope milk. And I've seen Avatar The Last Airbender. I know what happens if you drink some bad cactus juice.
I don't expect from jackalope milk too. Aphrodisiac. Just turn the lights down low and we're good to go.
Or it's a hallucinogen.
I mean, either way, you're having a good time.
If you just want something from the desert that's going to give you a good time, just have some ayahuasca. Or peyote.
That's true.
You will.
Just find some good cactus.
You will find the jackalope on that
It's
stuff.
the quenchiest.
You think of Sokka, just like
Milk and those
what?
udders.
Sokka.
I thought you said a sock.
I mean, you could milk udders with a sock. There's nothing stopping you.
That's just the filter.
I was thinking of a different use for a sock and creamy substances.
God, get your head out of the gutter, man.
Oh,
Sign
yes.
up.
Excuse me for getting on this subject of milking jackalopes, aphrodisiacs, and sucking it straight from the tit.
Do you think the
How
first
dare
guy,
I?
Do you think the first guy who drank cow milk took it straight from the tap?
Yeah, there's no other way for him to have gotten it.
I mean, we've had pottery before.
I don't think he went out there going, ooh, I'm going to go squeeze this, and it's going to come out and go in there.
So you think he was like the local weird guy is like, the local weird guy is like, yeah, I'm sucking that nipple today.
Yeah, that's
God,
probably
it reminds
what
me
he
of
did.
my absolute favorite joke of all time. I was in a bar in Ireland at one point, and I was sitting and drinking with a man. And I started talking to him, and he's like, well, you see this bar right here? This solid bar? I built this bar. My own 2 hands. But they don't call me that. They don't call me Willie the Bar Builder. Nope, they don't. See that dock outside? You know, I built that dock. My own 2 hands, blood, sweat, tears. But they don't call me Willie the Deck Builder. No. You screw one goat, though.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The other best.
Was it a billy goat? Because then you have Willie the Billy.
So, the other best cryptid in America. You already know what it is. The dingbat. It's the most American cryptid there is.
No, it's the most annoying cryptid there is.
Yeah, if you
Which
don't.
one's that one again?
It's the one that flies around, eats bullets, and drinks gasoline.
Oh, yeah.
I just imagine it with like an American flag behind it every time. Landing on. So this is how I imagine this scenario going, right? You're out, you're hunting, and you know, on your ATV, you pull your ATV over, you have all your ammo sitting there on your ATV, and you go out there and you go hunting. You come back from from shooting a deer or whatever, and you come back, throw it on your ATV, start it up, ATV doesn't start up. It's out of gas. You hear a critter. You hear a critter in the flying around. You go to shoot it. You miss a few times. You go to reload. No ammo.
Okay, you do realize what the dingbat actually is, right?
Yeah, Lou just described it.
No. It's a bunch of guys that went out, got drunk,
Lost all their ammo, spilled everything.
missed every shot, siphoned the gas out of their things because they wanted a big boom, and then when they sobered up the next day, missing their pants, they're like, yeah, let's not tell people what we actually did because, let's make up this wild, fantastical creature or whatever.
Which is something an American would do.
Yes.
I missed with my gun and made a mistake with fueling my car. I can't be blamed for this. I'm too American for that.
And that's why I call dumb people dingbats. Right? It's like it's the most logical connection there. Like, oh, you're a dingbat. You're dumb. Well, why are you a dingbat? Because you lost your ammunition. You probably drank your fuel.
No, not lost your ammunition, ate it.
Oh yeah, ate it. It was your morning lunch.
And you wash it down with a cup
Get in the kitchen and bring me a bullet. I'm hungry.
Wash it down with a cup of E87.
Just the pure lead.
Get that E91 for that high quality octane.
High octane ones, yeah. Best kind of gasoline to drink. Don't drink gasoline, kids. Please don't drink gasoline.
It's too late for that.
Yeah, right. They already ate Tide
Look,
Pods.
there are kids that tried to eat Tide Pods.
Yeah.
At this point, they're a lost cause.
Right. Dingbat challenge: eat bullets and drink gasoline.
So I actually just did a story on the radio not too long ago about how Kellogg's is coming out with this new cereal bowl that has dehydrated milk in it. And the entire point is you're supposed to just pour in cold water. It rehydrates the milk, and you literally have, milk and cereal bowl to go. And they're selling these things for like $2 a pop for each of these bowls of cereal. And my only thought process was, oh great, we have something else for a bunch of teenagers to start snorting for the highs, because first it was the highlighters, and then it was the gas, and then it was printer ink, and then it was Tide Pods, and just
Blue.
I watched a kid snort Fun Dip once. Started bleeding.
You guys didn't pick up the Smarties and snort them? What?
No, like the Fun Dip that you're supposed to lick them and dip them.
I know, but you didn't break up the Smarties and do it the same thing?
Why would I do this? I'm not a freaking idiot.
This is true. You're not.
They thought it was hilarious, right up until they started bleeding. Then it was a little less hilarious.
It's the same thing I guess Coke does.
So I'm definitely not gonna talk about the engineer shot.
The
Well,
what?
by all means, see, now you brought it up.
Yeah, you brought it. You can't not bring it up.
So in the Marine Corps, there's this thing called an engineer shot. And what you do is you put a line of salt on your arm, you take a lemon, and you're supposed to, so you take a shot, you squirt the lemon in your eye, you snort the line of salt, and then you have to, take a punch from the biggest dude there. Does it make sense? No.
You lost me at the lemon in the eye. Why the lemon in the eye? I understand everything else up to the lemon in the eye. Or minus the lemon in the eye.
Why are we snorting salt?
It's the Marines, I assume.
They eat crayons at
Yeah.
this point. Do we really question this?
Screw you! The blueberry flavors are the best. I like the pink ones.
What do the pink ones taste like?
It tastes like hopes and dreams. Because those died a long time ago.
Tastes like a unicorn fart. Or, so you and I spoke about this. Do you know what the UFO sighting here in town from 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Do you realize where we're at?
Yeah, but I mean yes, but so this one was a big one. It's new. It's got confirmed.
More than a couple people did see this. This
Yeah.
wasn't like
Oh
a
boy,
one person.
3 crackheads.
I mean,
I've heard from 60 different people now, and I'm so sad because I'm the one person who.
Oh boy! 16 crackheads! You're starting to scratch the surface of the meth community around here.
This is true. I've seen some of their houses. But no, it was... So MUFON, which is the Mutual UFO Network, came out here and did a report on it. They sent it in. It went through, made sure there's no tampering on the video, and it got confirmed as known human technology, which.
So what was it? Was it lights? Was it a weird shape? Was it a craft?
I've seen the video like 6 times. I don't know. I can see darkness.
Yeah, it's not a very good video.
Every video I've seen is just
like
darkness.
every UFO video.
Pretty much.
that
So
exists.
when I talk to people, they say that there's a slight contrast between the night sky and this. Like what this object was darker than the night sky.
So there's a shape.
Yeah, and from my understanding, it looks like 2 or 3 rings that are spinning, and every once in a while they'll catch the light of the moon, and you see the light of the moon. Every video I've seen, I don't see this reflection, but apparently the people in MUFON saw it, and in the video that we watched, they saw it, and it got confirmed. And there's what is it? I was talking to one of the guys earlier today about it.
Could it be a drone?
They said it was not human. I can read you the exact message I got from him here.
Okay, because we all, like, you did know that the Navy has publicly come out and confirmed that they do have records of unidentified flying objects.
Okay, so it says they got sent off to Chicago to the video be combed through to make sure it's not for no tampering. They're sending back a certificate to the gentleman that we saw the video from, and it's not man-made and not astrological. Is what
Not man-made. How can they tell? You have to identify it to know that it's not man-made.
Well, if it was identifiable, it wouldn't be a UFO. Unidentified is the first part of it.
I know, but you have to know what it isn't before you can know what it is.
Well, apparently it's nothing that they know exists currently.
Okay.
So,
as I said, do you know where we live? Some crackheads can throw some crazy things together.
I know for a fact shrooms are also a fairly major thing around here.
This is true. That's why I always investigate myself on things, because people are like, "I saw this thing." Like, yeah. Okay.
Well, no, this is the first I've heard about that one.
Yeah, it was a few weeks ago. It's pretty interesting because MUFON's involved, so there's more substance to it than like your normal like.
We really don't get UFO stuff around here. It's the spook light. Ghosts are
Spook-like
very
ghosts.
common around here.
We have a Vela, which is haunted, which is my next investigation, which you guys should come with me on. Why? It can make you no longer a skeptic.
Okay, no, wait. What's the hotel? There's a hotel somewhere nearby here.
Eureka Springs, the Crescent.
I think it may be the Crescent, where it's like they have that one room that is supposedly like extremely haunted, but they won't let anyone stay in it.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
And it's like, well, if it's haunted, let me stay in it so I can be like, oh my god, crazy stuff happened.
It's really that crazily haunted, therefore letting someone stay in it to get it confirmed would make it better, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, there's. I don't know, because every room I saw at the Crescent we could have stayed in. There was no room that was off limits to us.
Okay, I don't think it was the Crescent then, because there is some hotel that apparently like it is so haunted and so dangerous that they actually won't let people stay in the room.
See, yeah, when I stayed at the Crescent 2 years ago, and we could literally go anywhere, except for unless someone was in there. But any other haunted rooms, we can go in, visit. We could have rented those rooms out for like a premium price, obviously. But like, we stayed at the Queen Mary like 10 years ago, and the Queen Mary's supposedly haunted, and they play that shit. So, edit that out. They play that up so much that I told you guys, like, don't break the rules. I'm the first one to break it.
Well, technically Eli was the first one to break it.
I did not swear.
That's true.
I didn't swear. How is octopus a cuss word?
God damn it, stop it.
You guys are making editing hard for me because I gotta find all this stuff in here. But no, in the Queen Mary though, they play on the haunted so much. Like,
Yeah.
they're like if it's haunted, like let it be haunted. Let me experience the haunting myself. You don't need to like put the subconscious thought like, oh, this room is haunted. Like the room you're staying in, yeah, we saw this amount of activity in there. Like definitely, like, because anything abnormal that might happen, like it's an old ship. Like there's a delay in the light turning on. Like they're gonna make you think like, oh, my room's haunted. The ghost didn't let the light turn on.
Well, so a lot of paranormal things can be explained either by subconscious, phenomena, or, if your brain cannot fill in if your brain cannot explain it, it will fill in the blanks. It will try to make sense of the unsensible.
Yeah, it's like the Ouija
So-
board. Like the Ouija board's a subconscious.
My mom actually has a story about the Ouija board. She refuses to touch one. But,
Really?
well, it's the same thing as always. You know, it's like her older sister and their friends were messing with a Ouija board, and they were asking all kinds of questions, and then like they swear no one was moving it, and it's like, how do you know no one was actually moving it? And
So like, okay, so
but
with
she won't touch it because like it really freaked her out.
so with the Ouija board, I've never met someone who's actually used it. It's always been like my sister's best friend's boyfriend's second cousin used the Ouija board, and this is the story I heard. Like I've never heard anybody who had a real experience with the Ouija board. So, and like when I've used one, it just kind of sat there. So that's and I'm the one who's into this stuff. Like I'm like, I want to find a Zuzu, and I would be okay with finding him and stuff like that.
Then just go say Bloody Mary 3 times in a mirror.
See,
While you're driving, so you can watch a race.
second what?
So you can watch.
Have you not heard that joke?
Car.
No, what?
You look into the rearview mirror and say Bloody Mary 3 times and watch she tries to keep up with the car.
And then laugh as she's chasing after you. That's the joke.
Nice. There's actually a few cool haunting places around. It's kind of the reason I moved to the Midwest, because there's a lot of cool haunting places out here.
Well, it's because, you know, we had a bunch of Civil War stuff happen around here.
Yep.
I think the Trail of Tears ran not too far from here.
It ran directly through where we are.
Yeah, and so you have all the Indian stuff. I actually, my childhood home was on top of an Indian burial ground.
So what was that at? We want to go visit?
I can, well, I mean, if the people that own the place now will let us, but I can take you to the Indian burial ground.
That's
I know
awesome.
exactly where he's at.
I would be down for that.
Like, I used to go up there as a kid and actually, like, go and sit in it because, like, the stones and everything are there and still in the shape. It's, yeah, it's...
See, graveyards are very comforting for some reason.
What?
Graveyards are very comforting.
Yeah, okay.
They are.
Okay, buddy.
Like, it's because typically when you go to graveyards, they're in really quiet, like, places, and that's nice to just get kind of away.
And they're not like particularly creepy or anything, but like I would call them comforting.
That's gonna be your forever home.
Nah, I'm being cremated and I'm having my ashes stuck in a big ass firework. And
See,
I'm just gonna blow me up.
I'm gonna
be put in the roots of a tree.
I'm gonna be buried in a coffin. I'm gonna have my feet cemented, so that way, if I do come back as a zombie, I'm slow as shit. Come on.
I've actually come up with some very interesting lore for zombies, and I thoroughly look forward to running a game using that. It was from an anime that was really... God damn it.
You're gonna use all the duck sounds. All the duck sounds.
Wank! 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 Hey, wank! You wank! Wank it! Wank! Wank! Wank!
Okay, so, good lord, you've covered aliens, the different species, the Jackalope, ghosts, Ouija boards, apparently a UFO sighting here that I hadn't even heard about,
Yeah, like I said, there's a few.
and all the crackheads, and apparently octopus is a cuss word, so yay.
It's gonna be a t-shirt. That's what it's gonna be.
No, I thought Space Uber was the t-shirt.
You get both of them. I'll make it's gonna be a cat head with like tentacles. Which I just thought about that. I've seen a lot of anime.
Yeah. God.
Except an octopus with cat ears.
Kawaii.
So, but you guys were telling about the UFOs in Ukraine that I didn't know about. So,
I don't
The only reason I know about it is because I saw it in a meme.
I know that because a lot of my coworkers are alien nuts, and one of them was talking about it rather fervently.
I'm gonna do more research on that one. That one's interesting. Cause I know like there's been a lot of UFO things that I've seen like on the message boards, but they're always in like some kind of foreign language, and I don't know their foreign languages. I barely know English. It's my main language.
So apparently, the majority of these UFOs have been seen over Kiev,
Yeah.
which is the major city, and it's like that's interesting that they're predominantly there, which
So-
would coincide with spy planes.
Yeah, Russian spy planes. That's most likely what they are. We just have to have a skeptical mind going into things like that. So that's my biggest thing with like people in my camp is everything is what they want it to be. They're never slightly skeptical.
Like,
Or if they are slightly skeptical, they're at least like that's very slim. Like even like the slightest thing, like oh yeah, then you're probably right. It's probably a UFO. But like there should be some skepticism going into things. Like the biggest pet peeve of mine is this, or the biggest like example of this. Have you guys seen the show Finding Bigfoot? I assume probably not, but I still want to ask.
I've heard of it, but no, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so the show called Finding Bigfoot. There's a guy on there called Matt Moneymaker. Everything's a Bigfoot to him. They heard a noise. Oh, it's a Bigfoot noise. The way they pulled the infrared, you see that heat sensor over there? That's a Bigfoot. Like, no, dude, that's clearly a deer. That's clearly no. It's a Bigfoot. I know it's a Bigfoot. Bigfoot just wanted to look like a deer, so like no, dude. A little bit of skepticism goes a long way.
But that's people would keep coming back to their shows. Like, well, that was another deer, and well, this looks like a rock fell and made an impression, but it kind of looks like a footprint, I guess.
I mean, remember going like History Channels like 3 a.m. like the tail of the mermaid. Wait till the end.
Or the man that lets a snake eat him, but doesn't actually do it.
The only thing I can think of whenever anyone ever says the History Channel and it's about this type of topic is aliens.
Aliens.
Well, that's all it is anymore. They don't actually do anything worth a damn.
Well, so
Like
like,
Skinwalker Ranch, which is kind of interesting.
So to date myself, back, in the 90s, whenever you had the History Channel and they actually had, like Bigfoot and everything, of course, everything was super grainy and it was always these Yukon mountaineers that always had more holes than teeth. But, it was always interesting to hear their aspects of it because, it wasn't in today's age when everyone with their cell phones and CGI and everything, because you can't believe anything that you see anymore nowadays.
Yeah.
Because, like, anyone with a computer and editing software can literally just go on, and if they spend enough time on it, you can't, like, at least for most people, you can't tell what's real and what's fake.
Or you just go on Fiverr, pay someone $5, and they do it flawlessly.
Well, yeah. So that's why, growing up, I had such a humongous thing for cryptids and everything, because I was like, oh my gosh, is that actually there? Is the Loch Ness Monster actually there? Except we have an explanation as to what the Loch Ness famous picture is. It's a whale penis.
It's actually not. The one where it comes out like that?
Yeah.
It's not. I did a whole video on it. It's a guy who had a toy submarine and put a stick on it.
Well, there's that too, but they have literally taken a picture of the whales doing their thing and put it side by side, and it's like they could mirror it on top of each other. So,
yeah.
But it's just like there are explanations for a lot of things, but then, there's still a bunch of things that you can't explain.
Which is fun to debate what could be in those gaps. But the problem is the moment we don't step aside and say, hey, this is a thought experiment, that's when things start causing problems.
Which is people's lack of skepticism.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, do I think that, the megalodon is extinct? At the moment, yes. But we've only explored, what was it, 7% or 2% or some crazy number like that of the world's oceans. We know more about the moon than we do about our own oceans. So it's not unheard of that, out in the middle, dead center of the Pacific or something, there could be megalodons still roaming out there. Could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
We just don't know. And they could have adapted. They may not be the same size as the massive megalodons, but they could still technically be megalodons.
Yeah.
Because the Greenland shark, was thought to be extinct, and then, they find it and it's like, oh.
Real life cryptid.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that one shark that they found living inside of an active volcano, have you seen that?
What? No.
Yeah. Apparently scientists have discovered this type of shark that is literally living inside of an active volcano, water hotspot region.
Okay, so I did not think that was how that was going to turn
No,
out.
it's not a lava shark.
I was like, what?
It's not a lava shark.
I'm a lot more impressed.
I was like, wait, what?
The waters are still 165 or 170 degrees, way beyond most anything else except for the things living down by the thermal vents. Okay, but it's still an actual size shark.
See, all she just be is a shark swimming through lava. His gills.
Shark boy and lava girl's kid.
Yeah.
By all means, keep talking.
I thought you were about to go into Baby Shark.
Yeah, I thought you were going to ask something.
Can you tell who has kids here?
Right?
Daddy Shark.
Oh God, shut up!
Oh.
I went through 2 years of that.
But also, all I could think of when you said it was like people being like, you know what's scarier than lava?
Lava sharks.
Lava sharks.
Okay, to be fair, that is more terrifying than just lava. You can avoid lava.
Sharknado.
Shark with its freaking lasers on its head.
Sharknado.
It's Sharknado.
The lava strikes back.
It's just Jaws.
But no, but that's what I'm talking about. Is something that we would think is like, oh, it's totally in the realm of science fiction, or doesn't exist, or can't exist, or anything. And then, 5 years later, someone's being like, by the way, lava shark.
Well, it's only recently we discovered the Vietnamese rock apes. People thought they were like miniature big feet walking around Bigfoots.
Yeah, and they're just a species of
Yeah, it's a
ape.
it's a 6 foot tall ape and it walks upright. But everybody thought it was a big. What's the plural? Would it be big feets? Bigfoots? I think Bigfoots. Sounds better.
Any much Bigfootin'.
It's a Bigfoot. It's a colony of Bigfoots.
It's a
What if,
gaggle cluck.
what if Bigfoot was just a monkey with one big foot and one normal sized foot?
Well, so again, we're talking about something that. What is to say Bigfoot is actually Bigfoot? It could be like the mountain apes.
Vietnamese rock apes, yeah.
Yeah, the rock apes. It could be that.
If there's a Bigfoot, and I truly believe that there is a Bigfoot out there, and I believe it's the missing link between apes and humans that's still wandering around. But I believe it is probably closer to the apes than it is to the humans side.
Well, I mean, because technically, if you have a skinny silverback gorilla, it could be contrived as a Bigfoot. Just not shaggy hairy, but the size, the height, the feet, everything else.
Well, we also have our own Bigfoot in this area. The Momo, the Missouri monster.
Oh yeah, Momo.
Yeah, which I have confirmation from 2 people that they've seen it, and neither one of these people I know are on any kind of drugs.
That you know of.
Well,
They're good friends of mine. I have never heard about them doing drugs. But we are in the middle of nowhere, so.
Well, so yeah, that is another thing that is you have the Yeti, you have the Bigfoot, you have the Thunder, or no, not the Thunder Ape, the Yukon, not the Yeti. I'm trying to remember. You have all these different versions of the same kind of cryptid.
Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of like So, have you heard about the Aztec temples, the pyramids, and then the Cambodian pyramids? And they are the exact same design.
Yep.
Down to the number of stairs and everything.
Aliens.
Well, but how? Because they sure as heck weren't getting in their little waterlogged canoes and paddling 2,000 miles across open ocean to go to these guys and say, here's the blueprints on how to build this. So how did they manage to build these things around the same time, the same way, and with these, we're still learning all these new things about the 3 pyramids.
Yeah.
How they're astrologically perfectly designed to in line with all of these different astrological events that only happen once every 200, 300, 400 years. Mm-hmm. And it's just they just so happen to coincide. And it's how did they know how to do that?
Did you, have you seen the pictures of the pyramids straight down? There's actually 8 sides and not 4 sides.
Probably just a trick of the light.
No, you could see the shadow cast. So when it's directly above it, it's a slight indent, directly in the middle. It's really cool.
Well, that could also just be wear and tear.
True, but it's even on all 4 sides to make it look like 8. It's really cool. It's one of those things. It's interesting. One of those things to ponder.
Well, I mean, we still technically don't even know really what's inside of the pyramids.
At least not all the way, yeah.
Because the Egyptians are too big of pansies to let us take them apart. The British would have tried.
This is true.
Very true.
Didn't they actually try to get one of the Easter Island heads at one point?
Yeah, they dug all the way down, though.
Yeah.
Have you seen the bottom of the Easter Island heads?
Yeah. It's not feet.
its body.
We were disappointed.
I just want to be. I just wanted to be like a grumpy squid down there, like stop digging up my house.
But no, like, why do we have all of these things? You know, there's monoliths everywhere. There are temples everywhere. There's all these things that are
Because
designed.
People like to stack rocks.
Well, yeah. But
It's very
you know,
zen.
how do you have all of these things that are very similar? And you know, I've heard lots of hypotheses. Oh, well, you know, they were migrants from when the Ice Age, and you know, there was the frozen land bridge that connected the North America to Asia and all of that. And it's just like, okay, well, that's possible, but the statistical probability of people going from Cambodia with the knowledge of how to build these things and traveling all that way and then going all the way down to South America to rebuild the same things is like, you know, you're already talking astronomically small at best.
Yeah.
So,
During Pangea, but I don't think humans were around during that.
I mean, that's technically how a bunch of our species got here, was from that land bridge.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
that's
why
where
we
a lot
see-
of the dinosaurs came from. But at the same time, it's like, we weren't around. We don't know.
We don't. That's why if time travel was real, I think we have more of a solid answer on things.
Well, if it had ever existed to begin with, we would already know and have it.
Yeah.
Because of the laws of time travel. Or, if you go off of the other type of time travel, where a alternate universe is created every time that you
Or
travel.
there's the other one where, because we live in the present, we can't have time travel till our present gets to that level of time travel. Once our present meets with that time travel, when time travel was invented, then we would start seeing us in the past.
Yeah, but the problem is that the past becomes subjective.
Yeah.
Because the past has always existed.
It's
Because it's
butterfly.
in the past.
You just have butterfly effects.
Well, yeah.
Everything up. God damn it.
I'm the one that has not cussed so far in this entire thing, because octopussy's not a cuss word.
That's what the shirt's will say. Octopus is not a cuss word. That's the shirt. I'm doing it.
I mean,
No balls.
there are worse shirts. Like frickin' the one from Clerks 2.
Yeah.
It's okay, guys. I'm taking it back.
Oh, such a good movie. Better than the first one.
No,
Yes,
it's not.
it's
But you have fun believing that.
far superior than the first one. So, all right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this podcast, please hit subscribe, hit the bell notifications for more spooky videos.
If we can get 100 bazillion likes on this, we'll do a... I don't know what we'll do.
We will announce to the world what kind of aliens they really are.
Yeah, we'll expose the presidents of history as reptilians. Ah, shit, I did that, didn't I?
Yeah, you already made that joke.
No, well, it's not a joke. Have you seen them in their state? It's like they need hot heat lamps. And
They have giant orgies.
They need lava
we've
sharks.
Seen the show.
they need lava. They all ride lava sharks. Did you know about that?
Yes.
Take space Ubers to Mars.
They don't need space Ubers. They just travel in the world, in the core of the planet, using their freaking lava sharks, freaking lava lasers on their head, and they go beneath the crust and they swim around there and they come back up through tunnels.
How do they get to Mars then?
Mars
Clearly, there's a
doesn't
portal to the
exist.
center of the Earth.
Oh, the volcanoes just launch them up.
Well, no, because clearly the inside of the Earth is very dense. So at the very, very smallest point, there's clearly a portal there that was created from the density.
That's logical.
There you go. See, they just swim there until they reach that portal, and then poof, they're on Mars.
Okay. Well,
Just like there's ant people that created the Sahara Desert.
we're going to discuss that one next week.
Sure. Let's discuss that one next week.
All right, guys. Hit subscribe, like. Thank you for joining us. Stay spooky. Hey, if you like these sort of videos, subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more video notifications. And while you wait, check out these other videos on the screen right now.